Jane, how are you?
Oh, hey, John. Oh, thanks for your help these past 2 weeks.
Oh, sure, no problem.
Oh, by the way, I got my first settlement statement.
Oh, good. Let's plan to get together tomorrow to go over it. We can meet here at my office once you're done the route.
Sounds good to me.
Good. See you tomorrow.
Thank you. Bye.
Let's go over that settlement statement. I took the liberty of pulling up your statement on my computer and printing us out a couple of documents.
Well, I looked at the statement, and I'm just not quite sure I understand all of it.
Okay, well, let's go over it then. You should think of this document like you do a bank statement. All your account detail is summarized on this page, and the detail of your transactions is listed on the following pages of the statement.
It's pretty cool. I never thought of that.
And this document may help you make even more money, and it should help you to operate your business more efficiently.
How?
You'll see as we review the settlement statement. Let's start here at the top of the page. Here's your name and address. Over here is your SDA number. Over here is your region and my name. Here's the date that the statement was issued, and below, that is the date the statement covers. Remember, the week always starts on Sunday and ends on Saturday. This page is an overview of the entire document. Each line represents transactions that occurred during the week and are fully explained in the statement. For example, this line is the total commissions that you earned from your chain stores. The detail for these deliveries are here on page 3. The top part of the page list is the store name, the chain numbers, the store numbers, ticket dates, ticket numbers, the units delivered, the ticket value, and most importantly, the commission you earned. At the bottom, you'll see the total of these tickets. That total is the same that you will see here on page 2. This is also the same for your other sales, or in other words, your cash customers. This line item will detail the wholesale value and the discount that you received for the product sold. Any promotional discounts that are offered to customers in this category are listed here and are deducted from your final cost, which is listed here.
Okay, so when I pass on a cash deal to a customer, I get reimbursed immediately?
Yes, providing that the customer meets the criteria for the promotion, such as delivery amounts and display compliance. All these are noted on the calendar that I gave you.
That's good to know.
Next, let's go over the inventory reconciliation adjustment line. The details of that is found here on page number 4. Listed here in this column are all of the items that you handled for this week, listed by item number and description. The next column shows the stale or thrift percentage for that item for the week. This can be used to gauge how well an item is moving in your area.
Can I control my ordering using this information?
Yes, you can, but you should review item movement over several weeks to gauge how well the item is moving. Don't gauge the movement by just 1 or 2 weeks worth of information.
I see. Is there any other information source that I can use to help me control stale and thrift?
Yes. The reports that you run from your handheld can provide you with your product movement and ordering history. I'll review those with you when you're more familiar with your sales area and the Pepperidge Farm product line, especially the core items we focus on in the marketplace.
That should help me grow my business.
Now, there's a lot more information on this page that you should review, so let's continue. This next column shows your beginning inventory. This should always match the previous week's ending physical inventory. Here, you will see the inventory that you received from the order that you entered in your handheld and received here at the depot. The next column shows the units that you delivered and that are subtracted from your inventory. Take note of the amounts in parentheses. This is the total of all products that were sold. Listed here is any stale or thrift units that you created a ticket for. The other inventory activity column is where you will find any items that you transferred in or out of your inventory, as well as any unsaleable tickets you created during the week. So, if you add up these 5 columns across, you will see how Pepperidge Farm calculates the PF recorded inventory listed here. The column next to the Pepperidge Farm recorded inventory is the physical inventory that you reported through your handheld when you communicated at the end of the week. Oh, by the way, the date and time of that physical communications is listed here. If there is a difference between the Pepperidge Farm recorded inventory and the physical inventory that you reported, it will be listed here in the inventory adjustment column. This column has the unit price for each item listed. This amount is multiplied by the amount listed in the inventory adjustment column, and the wholesale value amount is reported here in the last column.
I think I understand, but I'm not completely sure I get all of it.
Oh, don't worry, you will. First, let's look at your statements from last week. Let's look here on page number 2, where it says Summary Statistics. Now, this is the most important part of the document. If this matches your weekly ticket transmittal page you printed and also matches what you received in product, you're 90% of the way there.
You mean this page?
Yep, that's the one. Also the load sheets from the depot.
I brought those too.
Great. See how the transmittal page shows you delivered $5,225 and 15 tickets? Well, this matches perfectly with your settlement document. It also shows you had 11 cash tickets equaling $1,282.60, which also matches perfectly. Here it shows you received 250 cases, which is actually the total of the trays of bread and cases of dry products, which should match what you received last week. Here on page 6, you will see the daily breakdown on what you received from the depot. This is listed under the product shipment activity section.
Oh yes, I did receive those shipments.
Perfect. Now, do you see where it says chain store commissions of $1,045 in brackets?
Yes.
Well, that is 20% of the 15 chain tickets you delivered that totaled $5,225. The next line here shows $936.48. That is the amount that you owe Pepperidge Farm from the cash tickets you created last week. This is 80% of the $1,282.60 you created last week in cash sales from the 11 tickets that you generated.
I now understand this document, but what do the numbers on these lines mean?
I'm glad you asked. If you look at the line labeled Inventory Reconciliation Adjustment, you'll see that you're being charged $23.23. If you take a look at item 7005, 24-ounce farmhouse 7-grain bread, you received 156 units, sold 142 units, and thrifted 2 units. Pepperidge Farm assumes you have 12 units that were not sold, so you were charged 12 units at $2.42 per unit, equaling $29.04.
But the front page says that I owe $23.23.
Yes, you are correct. Take a look at this section below. You can see that you undersold 12 units. As you know, you're compensated when product is sold. All products are on consignment, so we may have to adjust your commission rate. Your commission rate is 20% noted here in the discount received column. Pepperidge Farm assumes that you sold the unreported product, and so we charge you 80% of the $29.04, which equals $23.23.
I know why that happened. That was a tray that I left behind last week, but that I sold this past Monday.
That's good. You'll see the credit on your next settlement statement. But let's continue to look at the other line items on page 2 of your settlement statement. Chain store commissions made by other SDAs are not relevant to you at this time, but could be in the future. Let's say you had another SDA serving the store for you on a permanent basis. You would still earn the commissions. It's your route, and those sales should be part of your equity.
Why would someone else service one of my stores?
Well, perhaps you decide to go on vacation and make arrangements for another SDA to cover your stores. That's when this comes in handy.
That's pretty cool. This way the sales volume stays with my route, and all I have to do is pay the covering SDA, right?
That's pretty much it. Now let's take a look at additional commissions and charges and other adjustments. You remember when I told you to look at this like a bank statement?
Yes.
Well, let's look at the transaction pages describing the detail. If you look on page 5 under the other adjustments detail, you will see your weekly handheld maintenance charge of $12.50.
That's it?
Well, not really. As I said before, this statement can be used as a tool to grow your business. We'll get into that a little later. First, let's recap page 2. First, you want to check the summary box to see that all your tickets were captured for both your chain and cash accounts. You then want to verify that you received the case amount listed. If this is correct, then review your inventory page if you have any inventory reconciliation adjustments. If everything is in order, you'll either receive a check from Pepperidge Farm if you've elected not to have direct deposit, or you should mail a check to Pepperidge Farm at the address listed on the last page of the statement. That's pretty much it. You have any questions?
No, I got it. Thanks for taking the time, John.
Oh, sure.
Hey, John. I just received my second settlement statement. Do you have a couple minutes to go over it with me? I remember you saying that this can be helpful to growing my business, but I think I need a little help understanding that.
Sure, come on in, have a seat.
Everything worked out like you explained last week. I received the credit for the $23.23 for the 12 units of 7 grain that I had left over from the prior week. I matched my tickets, cases received, And I received a message through my handheld that my checking account was accredited $72.79 that Pepperidge Farm owed me in commission.
Jane, congratulations. You seem to have a real handle on this. Keep up the good work.
Hi, John. I just got my settlement statement, and I'm not really sure what happened here. Can you help me?
Sure, come on in, have a seat. Oh, I see what happened here. It looks like you entered the wrong quantity for 7242 14-ounce cube bag stuffing when you were doing your weekly physical inventory. You received 54 units of 7242 14-ounce cube bag stuffing. You sold 8 units, leaving you with a balance of 46 units. You entered 7242 units, which is the UPC number for this item, instead of the 46 units you have in inventory.
I must have put that in by accident. I know I didn't have 402 cases of stuffing.
And that happens more often than you can imagine.
But why didn't it affect my inventory reconciliation adjustment?
That is why the system is set up to reject any abnormally high reported inventory and credit you for the amount that Pepperidge Farm thinks you should have. In this case, that amount is 46 units. The inventory will be adjusted when you report your physical inventory on your next statement.
Aha.
Look, Jane, anytime you have a question like this, come see me. You've got my cell phone and Audix numbers, correct?
Absolutely. Thanks again.
All right.
Hi, John. I just got my settlement statement, and there are some tickets reported as missing. Can you help me?
Sure, come on in, have a seat. It looks like there are 5 tickets that Pepperidge Farm never received. We need you to submit copies of the tickets as proof of delivery by the due date listed here on the statement to avoid being charged back for the ticket amount and incurring any service charges that would apply. You do have copies of all the tickets, right?
Yes. They're in my files at home in the Quick Check Profit Finder envelopes that I ordered when I first started.
Oh, that's great. Just make a clear photocopy and mail them into Xerox. Once they are processed, the tickets will come off your statement. If they're still on there, close to the due date, just contact the Customer Service Center for assistance.
Thanks, John. I'll mail them in today when I get home.
Anytime. You've got my cell phone and Audix numbers, right?
Absolutely. Thanks again.
All right.